Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, picking up your iPhone, and realizing that every single thing that used to annoy you is completely gone. There are no more random glitches. The battery is no longer draining for absolutely no reason. The menus suddenly feel like they are reading your mind. Everything just works flawlessly. This is the massive promise of Apple's upcoming developer conference. We're talking about WWDC 2026. Usually, these big tech events are all about flashy new toys. Apple loves to show off big icons or weird new apps that nobody actually ends up using. But this time, something is very different. Apple is making a massive pivot. They're moving away from making things new just for the sake of being new. Instead, they're moving toward absolute perfection for the sake of you, the user. This might honestly be the most important software update in the entire history of the iPhone. It is not a loud revolution that changes how the phone looks on the outside. It is a quiet revolution that changes exactly how the phone works on the inside. Let's talk about the specific details of this massive event. We are in April right now, and June is just around the corner. This brings us to what insiders are calling the liquid glass evolution. Let's talk about that specific design language. For years, Apple has used this liquid glass style. It is that cool look where things feel slightly transparent and have real depth. In iOS 27, this design is going to the absolute next level. The menus are getting a huge makeover, but it is a very smart makeover. Have you ever felt like it takes way too many taps just to change a simple setting? Maybe you want to turn off a specific annoying notification. Maybe you want to change a hidden display setting. Right now, you really have to hunt for it. iOS 27 is actively aiming to drastically reduce your tap count. The entire interface is becoming significantly more intuitive. The menus will look much cleaner. The text will be much easier to read. The ultimate goal is to literally make the phone disappear from your mind. You should not feel like you're using a complex computer. You should feel like you are just naturally interacting with your favorite content. This heavy design focus is based on solid reports from very reliable people like Mark Gurman. These top experts say Apple is taking a huge step back from wild experiments. They're going straight back to the basics of what actually makes an iPhone great. Now, we absolutely have to talk about the huge elephant in the room. We need to talk about artificial intelligence. Everyone in the tech world is talking about AI right now. But PLE always does AI differently. They do not just want a creepy robot living inside your phone. They want a truly helpful assistant that actually assists you in real life. This brings us directly to Siri 2.0. For a very long time, Siri was the running joke of the entire tech world. You would ask for a simple 5-minute timer, and it would search the web for pictures of timers. Those sad days are finally ending. Siri 2.0 is now completely powered by a brand new large language model. This means Siri can finally understand real context. Imagine this very real scenario. You're looking at a nice photo you just took at the park. You can simply say out loud, "Make this brighter, crop it to a square, and send it to my mom." Right now, on your current phone, you'd have to do all those steps manually one by one. In iOS 27, Siri will be able to magically reach deep inside your apps. It will be able to perform complex, multi-step actions instantly. This is a total game changer for your daily productivity. You can ask it to write a professional email based on a messy note you took yesterday. You can ask it to magically find a specific PDF document from 3 months ago and give you a quick summary. It simply is not just a basic voice assistant anymore. It has become your personal co-pilot. But there is a very important twist here. Apple knows perfectly well that people are deeply scared of AI. People are terrified of their personal data being stolen or sold. This is exactly why Apple is doubling down hard on private cloud compute. Most other AI assistants take your data and send it straight to a random server in a totally different country. Apple is actively trying to do as much AI processing as physically possible directly on your device itself. If the task is too big and it absolutely needs to go to the cloud, it goes directly to a highly secure Apple server. It is so secure that even Apple employees cannot see into it. This is true privacy-first AI. It finally gives you all the amazing power of a smart chatbot without the lingering fear of constantly being watched. This deep intelligence is not just for Siri either. It is going to be absolutely everywhere in the system. It is going to be heavily integrated into your health app. Think about the Apple Health app right now. It is really just a boring bunch of charts and numbers. It tells you that you walked exactly 5,000 steps today. Big deal. What does that actually mean for your body? iOS 27 will include a dedicated AI health assistant. Instead of just coldly showing you a number, it will deeply analyze your personal data. It might gently tell you that you have not been sleeping well lately and your resting heart rate is a little bit higher than normal. It might suggest that you skip your afternoon cup of coffee. It magically turns raw data into actual helpful advice. It becomes a personal health coach that permanently lives right on your wrist and inside your pocket. This is exactly the kind of smart feature that actually improves your real life. It makes the advanced technology truly useful instead of just being another digital distraction. And then there is your connection to the outside world. We are currently hearing some truly incredible rumors about satellite connectivity. Currently, your shiny iPhone can talk to massive satellites in space, but only if you are in a terrible car crash or completely lost in the deep woods. It is strictly for major emergencies. But with iOS 27, Apple is actively looking to expand this amazing power. Imagine being out in a beautiful remote area with absolutely zero cell service. You still really want to send a happy birthday text message to your best friend. Or maybe you just desperately need to check a map to find your way back to the car. Apple is working hard on allowing basic messaging and internet functions straight through the satellite connection. This would mean you're never truly off the grid unless you actually want to be. It completely removes the modern anxiety of losing your cell signal. Whether you're hiking on a tall mountain or just stuck in a weird dead zone in the middle of the city, your phone stays a working phone. The timeline for all of this amazing software is very clear. After the huge keynote event on June 8th, the registered developers get their hands on the very first version. This is the developer beta. It is usually very buggy and quite rough around the edges. Then, later in July, the public beta officially comes out. This is exactly when brave regular users can download it and try it for themselves. Finally, in September, the completely finished version officially launches to the whole world. It usually comes out at the exact same time as the brand new iPhone 18. This long timeline gives Apple 3 solid months to listen carefully to user feedback. They use this critical time to squash every single bug and polish every single digital corner. When we look at the big picture here, it is extremely clear that WWDC 2026 is all about a much more mature Apple. They're no longer trying to impress teenagers with silly dancing emojis. They're trying to deeply impress working professionals, busy parents, and serious students. They're doing this by finally giving them a digital tool that works absolutely perfectly. They're also updating iPadOS to make the tablet feel much more like a real computer. At the same time, they're updating macOS to make the heavy computer work more smoothly with your phone. The entire Apple ecosystem is being tightly woven together with this invisible new AI thread. Every single device will finally speak the exact same language. Every device will instantly understand your daily needs. So, when you hear the rumors about iOS 27, do not look for a shiny new button on the screen. Look for the incredible feeling of a phone that finally does exactly what you actually want it to do. It is really all about a beautifully cleaner interface. It is about a brilliantly smarter Siri. It is about a phone battery that finally lasts completely through the night without dying. It is about the famous liquid glass design becoming significantly more beautiful and far less cluttered. This is the solid foundation of the future. Apple is setting the massive stage for the next 10 whole years. They are proving to the world that they are still the absolute kings of software design. And honestly, the best part is that it is all perfectly designed to make your daily life significantly easier. This is the real shock of WWDC 2026. The big shock is not a crazy new hardware feature. The real shock is exactly how much better everything you already own is going to get. Now that we fully understand the big picture of iOS 27, we absolutely need to look closely under the hood. Sometimes the most important software changes are the ones Apple does not even spend 20 minutes talking about on the big stage. These are the awesome hidden features. These are the amazing small tweaks that quietly make you smile 3 whole months after you download the software update. One of the absolute biggest areas of focus for 2026 is the brilliant concept of intelligent automation. For many years, Apple has had a hidden app called Shortcuts. It was extremely powerful, but it was very hard for normal people to use. Most regular people never even opened the app because it felt exactly like writing computer programming code. In iOS 27, Apple is finally using smart AI to bring powerful automation straight to the masses. Instead of forcing you to build a complex shortcut yourself, the phone will simply suggest them to you based entirely on your personal daily habits. If your phone quietly notices that you always open your work email and instantly turn on Do Not Disturb mode when you arrive at the office building, it will kindly ask you if you want to just automate that entire process. It is completely moving from being a passive piece of glass to being a proactive daily partner. We also have to deeply analyze the amazing hardware and software synergy coming this year. We already know that the brand new iPhone 18 will be arriving right alongside iOS 27 in September. Apple is specifically designing this new software to take absolute full advantage of the phone's new NPU, which stands for Neural Processing Unit. This is the special part of the computer chip that solely handles heavy AI tasks. Because the iOS 27 software is so incredibly refined and perfectly written, it actually requires much less battery power to run basic daily tasks. This is exactly where that shocking new battery life comes from. By perfectly optimizing exactly how the software code interacts with the physical silicon chip, Apple is easily squeezing many more minutes out of every single percentage point of your battery. They are also officially introducing a highly advanced new battery health 2.0 system. This smart system will not just stupidly tell you the current age of your battery health. It will actually use on-device AI to deeply learn your personal charging patterns over time. If the phone knows that you usually do not wake up and need your phone until exactly 9 in the morning, it will carefully trickle charge the battery overnight. It does this in a highly specific way that safely preserves the delicate chemical life of the battery for many years longer than ever before. Another absolutely massive leak involves the famous control center. We genuinely have not seen a truly massive change to this menu in a very long time. iOS 27 is heavily rumored to finally introduce a fully modular control center. Right now, on your phone, you're completely stuck with whatever basic layout Apple decides to give you. In this massive new version, every single little toggle button is treated like a smart widget. You can easily resize them on the screen. You can move them around wherever you want. You can even create brilliant contextual control centers. This essentially means your button layout could magically change all by itself automatically, depending entirely on exactly where you are located. If you walk into the local gym, your favorite music controls and your live heart rate toggles are instantly placed right front and center on the screen. If you walk inside your home, your smart home light controls instantly appear right at the top. This is a massive part of that liquid glass design philosophy. The digital interface is completely fluid now. It gracefully flows right around your actual life rather than constantly forcing you to stubbornly adapt to the phone itself. We absolutely also need to deeply discuss the massive impact this all has on iPadOS 27. For an incredibly long time, loyal iPad users have been loudly begging Apple for the tablet to finally become a real working computer. While Apple absolutely still wants to safely keep the Mac computers and the iPad tablets as two separate products, iOS 27 brings a highly requested new feature currently called Desktop Bridge. This amazing feature finally allows the iPad to seamlessly run much more complex background tasks without crashing. It heavily improves the clunky old file management system to be incredibly fast and exactly like a real Mac. The brilliant AI Siri 2.0 we talked about earlier will be even more powerful on the big iPad screen. It will seamlessly allow for amazing drag and drop voice commands. You could literally say out loud, "Siri, please take the raw data from this open spreadsheet and instantly turn it into a beautiful, colorful chart in my current presentation." This totally removes all the annoying friction of trying to use a flat touch interface for serious professional work. It finally makes the iPad the absolute ultimate productivity machine for busy creators and hardworking students. But what about the other devices? What about the watchOS and macOS software updates? WWDC is always a massive ecosystem event. The brand new watchOS software will finally sync absolutely perfectly with a new AI health assistant on your phone. Your Apple Watch will now actually be able to instantly detect dangerous stress spikes in your body. If the smartwatch suddenly senses your resting heart rate is rapidly rising, but you're clearly not moving around or exercising, it will instantly communicate this data straight to your iPhone. The iPhone might then gently suggest a quick 1-minute breathing exercise right on the screen. Or it might instantly start playing a highly calming music playlist. It is a completely total circle of digital care. On the Mac computer side, the deep integration with iOS 27 will be absolutely seamless. You'll be able to easily use the universal control feature to not just move your simple computer mouse across screens, but to actually share the heavy AI processing power between devices. As an AI myself, I have a very honest and unique perspective on this new product approach. I believe Apple's strategy with iOS 27 is completely brilliant and exactly what the tech industry desperately needs right now. We do not need more gimmicks. We need digital tools that actually respect our time, protect our strict privacy, and genuinely work without constant friction. They are perfectly turning a normal smartphone into a highly intelligent, proactive assistant that quietly stays out of your way until you truly need it. It is a massive win for everyday usability. If you absolutely love this video and found this information helpful, please hit that subscribe button right now. Make sure to share this video with all your Apple-loving friends and definitely hit the bell icon so you never miss another huge tech update like this one. Drop a comment below and give me your absolute best opinion about this massive iOS 27 update. Are you excited for the new Siri? Let me know right now.